What up guys, it's time for a new episode on the Miata Cart. Today's episode is brought to you by the letter S for safety. As you can see, this is where my seat would be mounted normally. And can you already tell what's wrong? Yeah, there's no nuts to receive the bolts from the seats. Here's one that's in good working order. Here's one that's in bad working order. As you can see, it's completely ripped out, so it's just a bunch of rusty metal around there. What I'd like to do is make them all look kind of like this, except nicer. In order to accomplish this goal, we're going to need a few parts. One, some new bolts, along with some new flanged nuts, so that'll give me a larger surface area to weld to. But Andrew, you don't know how to weld. Haha, but we gonna learn today. Leon from Leon's Garage Adventures was nice enough to donate to me this MIG welder. I have used welders in the past, and you've also seen me use them on the channel. I welded that monstrosity, but we're gonna try and do a little bit of a nicer job on these. I don't know why I didn't do a nice job on those. Anywho, the idea is that I went down to Home Depot and I got the flange nuts. So that's gonna be my new receiver for the bolts that are gonna hold the seat down. My plan is to take some of this flat stock and I'm gonna chalk it up in the vise. That's half a vise. We haven't bolted it down yet, ever, so I gotta do that first. Chalk it up in the vise and stress bend it back and forth until it snaps off at the desired length that we need. Then, I'm gonna tack weld the nuts onto the flat bar, drill a hole through the flat bar.
Strike that, reverse it.
We're gonna drill a hole in the flat bar, tack the nut to one side of the flat bar, flip it upside down so that the nut is inside here and the flat bar is on top, and then tack weld the flat bar to right here. That's the goal. Let's try and do it. But first I gotta make this work. Alright, so the reason that took so long is because I was a little close hitting the mark, so we had to do some woodwork just to make this fit. Other channels probably wouldn't show you that nonsense. That works so much better than I thought it would. Awesome. Yep, so it even came with a hole at the one end. I'll probably do the same thing with the other side. I'm just going to go measure it up in the car and make sure that it's the right length, and then we should be good to get started. Fortunately, we won't be able to use the hole from this side because it's not long enough, essentially. So we're just going to have to drill a new hole on this side. It's amazing how hot the metal is already. It does not like this happening to it. Just imagine if I was any stronger. It would have been done in half the time. So we got a little bend in it, so we're just gonna crush it and straighten it back out again. There we go. So if you guys want to see what I'm talking about, let's go in the car. Just picture yourself a boat on a river, and then with a hole drilled in this, and then this welded to the underside of it, and then it basically, oh damn it. Well, it would have gone right across there. Shit. Whew. So now we're at the part where we have to enlarge this hole. I'm just gonna look through my drill bits. I'm not sure if these are wood drill bits or not. The idea is that we need a hole large enough to fit the bolt through, which was right here. But we gotta fit this bolt through it, and right now it's obviously not big enough. So, cross your fingers. I'm gonna slap on a pair of safety glasses and pray to whatever various gods you pray to. Nice. Oh man, that is like so close. Honestly, I'm sure one of you is going to say it. Why doesn't he just drill and tap this for this bolt size? Because I didn't think of it till just now. I forget if WD-40 works as a lubricant or not. Well, it fits. Who cares? I got pretty lucky with my overall distance from the welder to the plug to the ground to my clamp. I basically can't go maybe another 2 feet without it. But anywho, I'm clamped onto my ground. I'm gonna clean the surface. Got a little wire brush here. We're gonna go over that for a little while. And then I got a welding helmet so I don't burn my eyes out of my sockets. Also, some of you are probably gonna notice that I'm going to be trying to weld zinc plated steel to steel. Wish me the best. At least I'm in a well ventilated area. Well, I think we're about as ready as we can possibly be. Got my ground, got my surfaces cleaned-ish. I got it clamped on, hopefully just to keep it from moving around. Seems to be in the right spot right now, so we're just going to try and tack it like right in there. Probably shouldn't have touched that with my hand. Whew, that welds like garbage. I'm definitely guessing it's because of the zinc plating, so we're going to try and just get it quite a bit hotter and go from there. Yeah, so that's not gonna work. Well ventilated area. Anyway, let's check back in when I've got something to show you. So it kind of looks terrible. Oh, I guess it cooled down already. I was expecting a big oh well. Mildly warm. So we gotta make sure that nothing shrank too far. And our bolt seems to still thread in pretty okay. So that's a really good sign. Next we're going to get it out of the vise and see how it looks in the car. This kind of sucks. We're losing daylight at an alarming rate. Anywho, as you can see, I've just gingerly placed it right about there. And the idea is that I'm going to stick the seat back in, line it up, get as many of these disgusting holes threaded as I can, and then wherever that lines up I'm going to thread the bolt through it, and that should tell me where I need to tack it in place on the sheet metal of the floor. That's the plan. I don't know how to film this next part, so we're just going to skip to when it's done. I forgot about plan C, which was stick the whole contraption underneath the hole, because it's technically larger than the outside of the hole. It's like a TARDIS. Do I have any Doctor Who fans here? Anywho, the idea is that if I put it underneath and then put the bolt in place over the seat, that it will kind of like pull up and clamp it on. I don't know, let's see if it works. You ever notice how everything always takes longer than you expect it to? We're at like 7:30 o'clock right now, but as you can possibly see, so the one in the back, I'm shaking it left to right, so the one in the back is securely holding now. This one's a little shaky, but that's because in the front here, yeah, so we still got to do that one. But I did get the other one in place, the one in that front corner. So we just got to basically replicate what we just did, and I'm going to try and slide it into that hole just like I did the rear one, and then hopefully bolt it down. Guess we'll find out. So I'd say that I'd marginally improve my welding around this time, but that would be an outright lie. No matter, I've already threaded the bolt in, seems to work fine. Let's go fit it in the car. Well, that was a real crackerjack of a situation. Anywho, yes! 4 bolts, baby! And you're probably wondering, how in the blue blazes did he manage to get that in there and get it down? By himself, no doubt. Well, what I did was I stuck my finger through here, and then I held up the bottom of it. Like, you can't see it, but I'm like doing this, holding up the bottom of the plate. And then I actually like put one foot on the seat here, kind of got halfway in and out of the car, and basically just kept going and 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 going until it fit. Anywho, holy crap! It's like I actually did a thing. We don't need that. But yeah, this the seat's back in. I wouldn't say that this was safe by any means necessary, but it does get the job done. What would you say is the correct thing to do at this point in time being? So I was gonna close out the video right there, but I thought I'd like to say just one more thing. I was talking today with my oldest son, Rory. He'll be 6 in 2 months and change, just like 2 months and a day. And he said to me, "Dad, can we build an awesome skyscraper robot that shoots lasers and is made out of dinosaurs and all this stuff?" And I kind of stopped listening halfway through. But I said to him, "Rory, you can do anything you want in this world. Anything you can think of. It's possible. You can do it. But no one's going to do it for you." Think about that. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next episode.